You wanna know what just happened? Instagram just literally just closed. Just closed. Just exited out. I didn't touch nothing. Just exited out. Couldn't even save the live. Couldn't even save it. Whatever, dude. I don't even give a fuck, honestly. Hopefully some of y'all were screen recording. Literally, Instagram just like kaput quit on me and exited me out. My point is, all these men are people who are in charge for the sake of making themselves and their billionaire friends more money. They literally don't care who's dying. They don't care who's getting tortured. They don't care about refugees. They don't care about the waters rising. Florida's gonna... It's funny that Florida voted the way that they did, because it's like, baby girl, you're the first to go. Like, you're the coast. Oh, climate change is gonna hit us first. Already, I know so many people who are losing their houses to flooding in Florida. Like, y'all can choose to believe that climate change is fake. You can choose that. But you're 100% gonna be hit with the consequences of that choice. Mama Gaia is not playing with us. She will rid herself of the parasites. She will. It's not a question. It's a win. Okay? Anyways, the other point that I wanted to make was, because since the other one got deleted, I don't even know if it makes sense to post this one, but Trump is lying about not counting fucking mail-in ballot votes and saying he'll go to the Supreme Court and that the elections are over because he said so. That is totalitarianism. That is dictatorship. That is fascism. Look up all of those words if you don't know what they mean. Sucks. I dropped so many gems in that last live. So many gems. Instagram never lets me be great. It's funny because Instagram, when I post my ass, man, I got like literally 1 million views in like less than 24 hours. When I post my face, so many views, so many likes, you know? And then when I post political content or talk about anything of this nature or try to shed light, I get hella shadow banned. Like, people don't even get notifications about my posts who have my post notifications turned on type shadow banned. So but this is not no matter what happens tonight, just know that you are being lied to on a regular basis. You are being bombarded by propaganda on a regular basis. Bombarded. Like, it's not even... I'm not even gonna answer some of y'all. Some of y'all say this dumbest shit. I'm just like, wow. Why do you even follow me? Whatever. But then some of y'all are really, really present with me. And you understand what's happening. And that's why I talk. And that's why I do this shit. Because we gotta have these conversations. We gotta have these real conversations. Like truth conversations. Not the amount of lying that comes out of this dude's, like the mierda, like this color, like coming out of his mouth on a regular basis. And it's not even like I'm mad, because again, I'm not surprised. I've been saying this. I've been saying this since he was running for president the first time. This man is a fascist, a con artist, a liar, a misogynist, an accused rapist of a child who is 13. And I believe her. Because the way that man talks about his own daughter, I'm just like, yo, like, this man is a creep. An uneducated creep. You know? It's just... it's fucking tragic, bro. It's actually tragic to me that, like, this is happening. And that people actually still consciously voted for this man. Like, you didn't even have to vote for him. He was gonna do this regardless. He was gonna invalidate the election regardless. The voter suppression this year, since the beginning of time, again, this is white people experiencing voter suppression for the first time. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that's been happening. I can't watch. Adeza, I see you. Are you watching? Yeah, I literally can't watch. I was talking with my friend. I said it, like, when that man speaks, I literally can't listen to it because the vibration of his words and his message is so low and so fake and so much lying that I literally can't watch it. As an empath, like, I get sick to my stomach. I get actually sick to my stomach. Wait, let's go live, bitch. These people real quick. Odessa, answer. Let's talk to these bitches real quick.
This is so bad.
This is so
bad. Hi.
Hey,
I'm watching.
tell the people what's up.
What's up, guys? This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so we're still watching. I don't know. Did you see where Trump spoke?
No, I didn't watch it, but I heard what he said, and that's what I'm trying to talk about, is like the amount of lie and propaganda coming out of his mouth when he says that mail-in ballots aren't going to count.
Yeah, and what you said about voter suppression too is so right. Like, it is the first time that white people are actually experiencing voter suppression, because everybody's been like,
if you even have the right to vote this year, it's because you have privilege.
it's like, I mean, people are lucky to begin with, like, the history and like how far we've come to be able to vote. Like, us being women, like, bitch, our grandparents, like, our grandmothers couldn't have voted, I'm sure. And like, black people couldn't vote, women couldn't vote, nobody could vote. It was just the white man. And now we're like at a place where people could vote. And I'm just really fucking hoping that they made the right choice and actually voted the right way.
Right.
This is bad.
Exactly. Because, and the thing for me, too, is like, it's not even about right or wrong at this point, because legitimately Trump is a fascist. Like, I just have I have no problem saying it, because I've been saying it since before he was even elected the first time. This man is a straight up propagandist, egocentric.
A lot of people I mean, I don't know if you've been getting this at all, but I've been getting a lot of people saying like, oh, be careful, like, talking about Trump on your platform, because you don't want people to, like, people are scary. And like, bitch, you're right, people are scary, but you have to talk about it. You can't be afraid to talk about it anymore, because then, like, who is gonna say it? Like, this man is a literal demon from hell. Like, what?
I've literally been told that so many times. It's just like, be careful what you say, be careful how you talk about things. And it's funny because I don't hear anybody telling him to be careful about his reckless ass, lying ass mouth. Like, I don't hear anybody telling him to be careful about who he offends, or that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's
and
like,
you want to know why? It's because the people who support him are the people you have to be scared of being hurt from. Like they will hurt you.
They will literally hurt you. And that's the thing. That's also another thing that I really found interesting. Like when the Black Lives Matter protests sparked up as intensely as they did after George Floyd and Breonna's deaths, which, by the way, if you look at history, again, cyclically, every time there's an election year, something like this happens.
Oh yeah.
Every time
I mean, this year specifically is crazy because I don't know if you saw this, but like everything is boarded up here.
That's the thing, is that they literally, I remember people just being like, oh, these violent leftists, they're rioting, they're setting things on fire, they're so violent, all this stuff, right? And they say leftists as if like it's super radical to want the state to not kill people, right? It's really radical to not want cops shooting.
Crazy, right?
Really crazy.
It's like, I don't know if you saw that video that I posted when the protests were happening, but it shows like a comparison of what they say when
it's happening on the media.
Yeah,
what's actually happening in real life, right?
Exactly, like white people rioting versus black people and white people and everybody protesting
peacefully.
That's all of a sudden
I
that's
went
a riot.
to many protests, and every time that I've been to a protest, it's not about violence. There's de-escalation of violence everywhere. The people who incite the violence are legitimately the people in uniform.
I mean, come on, dude. The fucking little kid, period. The little kid that came with the fucking gun and started shooting he killed one of the protesters. It's like, that
in
dude.
Front of cops
and they were like praising him for it.
Because blue lives.
Like, oh my God, like it's crazy. It's so scary.
But also the point being, like, all of the right-wing Trump supporters, their number one argument for all of that was these looters, they're so violent. When things don't go their way, they just get so violent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just find it ironic how much projection goes on from that side. Like their inability to take accountability for themselves, or even like know truth. Like, you guys are the ones that are willing to literally murder people because they look different than you.
Yeah.
Intimidate,
and it's like
threaten.
Do you know who Rainn Wilson is? Did you ever watch The Office?
Oh yeah.
So he's Dwight. He plays Dwight on The Office. And he I follow his Instagram, and he posted on Halloween. He was like, this couple wins Halloween. And it was a young black couple imitating the fucking white couple that went on their lot with guns and put guns to the protesters, and their Halloween costume was them. And the woman in the couple, she did whiteface. And there were so many comments on his post that were like, oh, so like it's okay for a black person to do whiteface, but a white person can't do blackface. And these comments were just like fucking insane. And then so finally, I think like 3 days later or something like that, he like posted a video of him talking about it. And he was like, I would just like to address the comments and what's been happening, the controversy on the fucking Halloween post that I made. And then he goes, absolutely. I think it is fully okay for a black person to do whiteface, and it is absolutely not okay for a white person to do blackface. And there's a fucking reason for that. It is because there is history. You know what I mean? And it's just
that's like, the thing. People forget about that history thing. Like, people really just don't like history. It's just all of the way that things are happening right now. It's like y'all must really not read history books. Yeah, like you never showed up to class. Y'all got an F.
Well, the thing, like, on top of that, like, even if you did go to history class, they weren't fucking teaching us this. I never learned about black history in school. I only recently started learning it. Like, when I was younger, when I was, like, 14, 15 also, I never knew how damaging the N-word was. Like, I didn't know. And I would have known, and I would have been better educated on it if they had taught black history in school as well, but they fucking don't. Literally, did you see that fucking meme where it's like you're learning about Egypt and it's a white dude with an Egyptian
Yeah, that's telling me though. That
Like,
was the Greeks
that's
like came to Peru and
insane.
they were like, I want to be a pharaoh. I'm gonna use all the garb and I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah,
Like
and we don't
white
learn
Europeans
anything
have been
about
coming
cultural
into Black and
appropriation
Indigenous
either.
spaces forever and just being like, wow, you guys are savages, but you guys got some cool shit that we're gonna take, and then we're gonna wipe you out, and enslave you, and then make sure to completely disenfranchise you for the rest of time. But don't be mad about it, okay? Like, be chill.
It's insane, dude. I mean, it also just shows like how shitty our fucking school system is too. Because like
Yeah,
I have
and also let's
siblings.
be real, like society, like we have
Oh my god,
all
yeah.
been brainwashed into these very toxic cycles and very toxic environments, especially with the rise of social media. People are so in their own
Oh my
little
god, I think
world.
social media is like the worst thing that has
Everybody's in
ever
their
happened.
own reality. Like nobody agrees on anything, truly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
there's this weird entitlement to be able to dismiss,
Yeah.
and that's really what it comes down to, is like people who support this man, it's like
Very
y'all
dismissive and
refuse
uneducated.
they just refuse truth. They refuse
Did
it.
you
They're
see
like,
the lie
I
that I
don't
did
really care
earlier?
about what you're telling me. The person that I believe is saying that you're wrong and saying that you're lying,
Exactly.
so
And
I'm
it's
gonna
that.
believe that person.
Yeah, and it's the just like the inability to like learn things for yourself. It's did you see the lie that I did earlier?
I haven't. No, I didn't.
Okay, well, there's a
Oh
I
wait, the one
was
of you with the Trump brigade.
yeah.
Yo, I was talking about that as well. I was doing a live earlier, but then Instagram literally like just shut off on me
What?
and like exited me out, so I couldn't save the live.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. But I was talking about that, and I was talking about how like I'm so disappointed in Florida, like so
In
disappointed in
what?
Florida. But I'm not surprised by it because I've been seeing those brigades like with the flags and people with the fucking banderas out on their lawns, and like there are very strong supporters of this man, and like when I see those things, it incites literal fear in my soul.
Yeah.
And it's wild that these people are like, oh, I just have a different political opinion. It's like, no, you don't. You are
That's
legitimately aligning yourself
yeah.
with fascism. And that literally infringes on people's rights to be alive. That is
Go
not
the
an
fuck
opinion.
off. Yeah,
When
that's
someone
exactly
dies
it.
because of your opinion, that's not an opinion. That's violence.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's like I literally asked them while I was on live. There's a part where I asked them, I was like, okay, because something that a lot of people were commenting on it once it posted was like, oh, I don't think that it's okay to just yell at someone for having a different political view. And I was saying,
But can they
well,
yell at us?
okay, like, so then this time that I went past the Trump rally, I was like, instead of just like immediately going, fuck you, because that's what I did last time. This time I was like, why are you voting for Trump? And I asked them, and they literally couldn't even give me one real reason. Their reason was, why not? Are you insane? Why not? And you're gonna vote for him just because why not? Like, this dictates our whole fucking future.
Yeah,
It's
not
crazy.
even like a why not. There is a straight up why, and it's because they feel the same way. Like at this point, if you still support that, you feel the same way. And then it's like a lot of people, especially white Cubans, they like to be like, oh, well, we're anti-communism and we're anti-socialism because we saw that destroy our country, which I understand. But the cognitive dissonance happens when you can't recognize a fascist no matter what political agenda they say they're using. You can be a fascist capitalist, you can be a fascist communist, you can be a fascist socialist, you could be a fascist whatever the fuck, because fascism is totalitarianism, is a dictator, is a person in charge who doesn't give a fuck about the people, who is purely in there for the interest of himself and his pocket. That is Castro, and that is also Trump.
Facts. That is so fucking true. That's why it's so scary, because he said multiple times, like, if he loses, he's not willing to pass over the torch peacefully.
He said it right now. He was just talking and literally
I know.
was like, I've won all of before pulling
well, he's trying to win. Exactly.
I've won.
He's trying to be like, oh, it's already too late.
I'm gonna take this to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to the Supreme Court. It's like,
I know. Did you see him say?
hello,
Oh my god,
Monty?
it's scary.
Yeah,
And the people in the room, nobody was wearing masks.
Classic.
It's like, we are literally in the middle of a global pandemic. This is a real life thing. It's not a joke. So many people have died under his power.
Even
when
beyond
Obama
dying,
was the president.
it's like, people even like to talk about like the death, and yes, a lot of people have died, but it's also a lot of people have been hospitalized.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't breathe properly anymore. With their breath,
that's true.
Like they're breathing in glass. A lot of people survived, but they were intubated, so they can never use their lungs the same way. A lot of people didn't die, but now they have chronic blood problems and heart problems. There's all kinds of side
there's aftermath of it too. It's not all about like the death.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember Ebola? So that was probably going to turn into something this big, but we happen to have someone in power that like knew more so how to control it. Maybe it wasn't exactly the same as coronavirus, because obviously this is like sweeping the whole entire world. But when Obama was the president, if Ebola happened while Trump was the president, I don't know what would have happened. You know?
I mean, it's all about, public health and public safety is not a concern of this presidency.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole thing. It's like public health, he's rolled back 100, I don't want to misspeak, 130 something or 105, something around that nature, between 100 and 130.
Of what?
Environmental protections. Just
what the fuck? Wait, I forgot to write that in my, I'm literally going to write that down right now because I need to include that.
Yeah, my friend posted it today. I'm going to go check her page to get the fact for you.
Oh, like he fully pulled out of the, what's it called?
The Paris fucking climate agreement. Exactly.
Yes.
He to this day denies that it's a thing. Like, he still denies that it's a thing, and it's
Rocky, I hear you.
Shut up. Environmental protections, like that is his, because he wanted industry in the United States. He wanted the oil industry to be self-sufficient in the United States.
Yeah, you know why? Fucking money, dude. That's all that he cares about.
And that's all his supporters care about. It's money over everything. Money over profit. Sorry, money over people, profit over people. And that is literally, when you ask a Trump supporter why they support Trump, I'm dead ass.
They can't tell you. They
can't tell you. And the only things that they really got are, oh, well, he won't raise our taxes.
Well, that's like a lot of Republicans. It's like they're Republicans because of the money aspect. But it's like, I mean, dude, it's just insane.
But even Democrat or Republican, your taxes are going to be raised, honey.
Yeah, facts.
The only people that get tax cuts are the rich.
Yes.
Like, literally, look at history. Look at it. Look at what's been going down. Like, that's
so fucked up.
It is so fucked up. It is so obvious. And it's not even, it's so obvious, but then I understand. We're one of the, like, you know, we're number one, make America great or whatever. We're not the greatest when it comes to education. We defund education on a regular basis. So it's not even surprising to me that we're all as stupid as we are. You know what I'm saying?
I have siblings that grew up in Vienna. I have like two of my sisters live in Vienna, Austria, and they speak English, German, Russian. They're very well educated and well versed with a lot of things. They know, and the thing that is, I think, so amazing what they learn over there is they also learned hardcore about the Holocaust, and they learned about what they did to Jews,
to perpetuate
and to gay people, because they need to educate themselves so that history doesn't repeat itself. But also because it's important.
Americans don't have.
And that's what I was saying about the fact that I never learned about Black history in school is so fucked up, because I'm white. I need to know about that. Everybody needs to know about that. Are you joking? That should be mandatory. It's insane. Like, our school system is so fucked up. Oh my God. If we were just better educated, if we had the same system that they had, like Europe is, oh my God. I can't believe we're here right now.
I know, but
I really didn't think that he would win the first round. Now I'm like nervous.
It's rising all over the world, and that's
what'd you say?
I said alt-right fascism is rising all over the world. And the thing is, it's really funny because it's being done on purpose and it's being done very strategically. And it's like we're all just waiting right now for the shit to like. It's already hit the fan, but like we're waiting for all the walls to be completely covered in shit before we're like, oh wait, it smells in here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it does smell like shit. Oh wait, that is shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't have to take us experiencing the depths of pain that this can go into for a lot of people. Because again, when we're talking about this pandemic, we also we talk about how many people have died, but we have not mentioned how many people have lost their jobs, how many people have committed suicide because they are so hopeless right now, how many people are on the streets, how many people cannot find food, cannot, like, we don't talk about that. We really don't talk about that. Or how much that affects the psyche, the collective psyche of this country. You know what I'm saying? When if everyone's in fear mode and anxiety mode, and struggle and survival mode. What's up?
What do you have to say to the people voting for Trump? What do you say to them?
Absolutely fucking nothing. That was my goddamn.
Thank you. No, you're supposed to just say, fuck Donald Trump.
This is mine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bar. Yeah, but anyways, you're completely right.
Yeah, honestly, it's just wild to me that we're in this position again.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you're actually like down to talk about it on like social media too, because like a lot of people, can you guys shut the fuck up? Jesus. Because a lot of people are afraid to, so I'm happy that you're like down to talk about it. Cause a lot of people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's honestly like, hilarious. Like when he
alienate people, and I'm just like, I don't give a single fuck if you feel alienated from the mentality of everybody should be on the same frequency and we should all recognize our oneness and we should all like maybe not be killing each other. Like if
I don't know, maybe it's just a thought.
Energy, like get the fuck out of my page.
Just
I don't care about your ass.
Oh my god! And that was the other thing. Like when Donald Trump was standing behind RBG at her funeral, I was like fuming, and I posted about it, and I was like, "Fuck this piece of actual fucking shit." And then I was like, you know what? He doesn't even deserve to be called a piece of shit. Like he's not. Shit gives back to the world.
Shit gives back to the earth. I don't even know what he is. I don't
Trump supporters like commenting on page like 2020. I'm like, you leave. I don't want you here. I'd rather you guys all know that I hate him, like, and get off of my fucking page. Like, it's gross. That I just like, if you support him, there's like, I've tried to like have conversations with people that support him, but there is no conversation there. I've tried so many times. They're so stubborn and they're stuck in it. So
you know
what?
I'm just
like, fuck you.
I had a conversation with this dude one time. I ended up in a house full of like 7 men.
Oh god.
3 of them were white men. No, 2 of them, sorry, were white men, and 4 of them were black. Okay, one of them was like mixed, but the other 3 were black. And it was just so interesting when politics came up because the 2 white men, which by the way were like the managers of these black men, right? Who did music, who did art. These 2 white dudes were the ones who make all their money off of these black men, right? And they were arguing with me in front of these men about why the Black Lives Matter movement is propagandist and fake, and that America's not racist.
Right. And it was the 2 white guys.
It's just every single fucking word that came out of their mouth was 100% aligned with neo-Nazism. And I was just like, this is, one of them was a QAnon, bro. One of them was legitimately a fucking QAnon. And I'm like, you guys have some fucking nerve making your entire careers and livelihoods off of these men's backs and having the fucking audacity to talk about this in front of them with your full fucking chest. Like, the fucking
that's insane.
The arrogance, the dissonance, And then I was arguing with the main dude, right? The one who controlled the brain of his friend.
Mm-hmm.
He was so mad that I kept hitting him with backhand. He was visibly angry,
Wait, like you were just talking to them about it, like right
this
in front of them
face and
too,
like just super fuming. And then at one point he was just like, you're so fucking stubborn. You don't listen to anyone's opinion but your own. And I was like, wow, baby, calm down. Projection.
Calm down, baby.
Have you ever heard of projection, my love? Like, wow, it's so funny that you tell me I'm stubborn for giving you truth, but you are spitting back all this fake fucking shit, all these lies, and you're not stubborn. And then in front of my face, he's like, oh, she's so two-dimensional. She's so like one-dimensional.
Ew, what the fuck?
I was like, excuse me, honey, I'm in your fucking presence, and while I'm in your fucking presence, you're gonna respect me. Thank you very much. You want to talk shit about
who's
me when
she?
I
The
that's
fucking
cool.
girl's
But while
cat?
I'm here,
Like, what the fuck?
you're gonna respect me, bitch. You know, like who the fuck do you think you are?
I mean,
And both of them come from money, and both of them make their money off.
That was another thing that I said. I was like, I bet that Trump hasn't even fucking graduated high school, and if he has, I bet it was because of money.
Oh, everything was because of money. Even his fucking college acceptance, even his dodging of the draft, all of that was because of money.
Dodging of the draft?
He dodged the draft. He literally dodged the fucking draft. And that's fine. Like, you know, all of us want to dodge drafts. None of us want to, like, be taken into war when we can't fight, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was another one. Like, the draft was the scariest thing ever. Imagine having your birthday just on a screen. All of a sudden, you have to go and shoot people and, like, literally kill people. And you have no say.
I literally can't even fathom that.
It's like, have you ever seen the movie Across the Universe?
I would absolutely go to prison over that.
Have you ever seen the movie?
For life. Like, what? Like, I would literally I would 100% prefer to be caged.
Oh yeah, it was
than to go
an
kill
option.
people
Go to prison
in the name of fucking
or go
industry.
to where you got drafted. But have you ever seen the movie Across the Universe?
Oh my god, it's my favorite movie.
It's okay. There's a part in it where this girl, he gets drafted, and she's like, so go to France. He's like, I don't know French, like I can't go. She's like, go to France, learn French or die. And it's literally like, yeah, like leave or go and fight and die. Like,
and if you come back, and when he came back, he was all fucked up in the head.
Yeah, as they all are. Like, it's so it like really just
Yo, I mean, we have vets on the streets. We have veterans on the streets.
I know, that was insane.
We have veterans who cannot afford health care. We have veterans who come back home and are left alone.
Yeah, you're so right. Every time you pass a fucking freeway exit, there's a vet standing there with a sign. And he's like, I'm a veteran. And because when you go, like, what, you get paid like nothing, and then you're just back.
For a lot of poor individuals, like the military is literally the only option for getting schooling, for getting paid, for getting, you know, a consistent job. Like, and that's the same thing with policing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a state-sponsored job that is literally, it's sustaining. It's one of the only options that a lot of these people have, considering the level of education they got to, or considering, you know, any of the above. You know, like that's where we talk about the root problem, the core issues, the real reason why we're in the space that we're in, the real reason why a person like Trump can be elected is not just because of the ignorance. It's because of why are we ignorant? How are we allowed to call ourselves the greatest country in the world, but we don't even have the highest level of education? We don't have a medium income for everybody. Like, no, a whole huge large percentage of our population is living in poverty, right below the poverty line, or teetering on the povery line. And
yeah, well, it was
right now, over these past 4 years, even though people like to talk about, oh, he helped us out so much, I make so much more money now because of him, blah 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 blah, whatever. That's cool. That's called inflation, right? So when things really hit the fan, as they are about to, okay, that economy, when that money market disappears and everybody realizes finally once and for all that it's all fucking fake numbers, what's gonna matter when money doesn't matter?
Well, he's already saying that it is fake numbers because they're counting actual votes. It's like a lot of, like, the Democrats voted early.
And now he's saying no mail-in ballots.
What's up?
That is fascism, my friends. How are you not going to count
I'm on a
all the
live
votes
right
in the
now.
democracy through democratic
Okay,
process
Mom,
and not
go.
be
I love you. Sorry, what did you say?
I
I'm
said,
at my
how are
mom's
you
right now.
going to not count all the votes in a democratic process, because it's 100% democratic to send in a mail-in ballot, right?
Yeah.
So how are you going to say we're not going to count those votes and not be a fascist?
Well, when he says
dictator?
that makes us a fucking, like, this is what makes us a democratic state, is that we can vote.
Is that we have the right to vote, right? But that's the thing, is like, that's a fucking illusion. Clearly.
Yeah. And that's the other funny
Because
thing
there
about
wouldn't be no
the
voter suppression. Everybody would be able to vote. Everybody would be able to vote regardless of whether or not they missed their sign-up time 3 months prior, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if
you
this
could
was
vote up to the
actually an
very last
accessible
minute still.
democracy, if it was actually an accessible democracy, all of those things would not exist. Gerrymandering would not exist. All of these different political tactics that people have, even just like how much money it takes to even be a candidate. Millions, you need millions of dollars backing you in order to even be considered for a ballot, to be on a ballot. You know what I'm saying? So like, if this was a real democracy, none of those things would exist. Even the founding fathers, who were slave owners, okay, who had zero concept of what a democracy was, but even they would have said the same exact thing. Benjamin Franklin said that a two-party system will be the demise of democracy in the United States.
Yeah.
Because it's not a democracy when you're choosing between two lesser evils. That is not a government by the people for the people. Those people, all of those people, are literally there to support corporate interests and have been for many years, even before Trump came around. Trump is just the businessman that got to the position. He's the one that made it.
I mean, I can't believe that he was even voted for to begin with, because he's a TV personality.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there are
but
TV personalities that I would vote for.
Too. Fans are crazy.
Like Yara, you know Yara?
Fans are loyal.
You know Yara?
Who?
Yara Shahidi.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, if she ran for president, I would vote for her no matter what.
In less than a second.
That's the only person that it would make sense, though, for you to vote for, that doesn't have, like, you need to have, and she's going to law school too. Yeah. And people voted for Trump. Like, he has no, I feel like it should be illegal for someone to, I have to go like that. I feel like it should be illegal for someone to vote for, or not for someone to vote, but I feel like it should be illegal for someone to run for the position of being the president of the United States of fucking America, when you have absolutely no history in politics. Like, what's the history that he has in politics?
Is 0%. But here's the thing, is like, we have to understand what politics is. You know what I'm saying? Politics is a rich man's game and gain.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of its inception, it is a colonizer apparatus coming from Europe, coming from England, right? Because we were English colonies.
Yeah.
Colonized by the English, right? So this whole democratic process, this whole like by the people, has always been a room full of white men.
Yeah. And always. It still is.
It has never changed. Billionaires have always been, millionaires have always been the people, the Clintons, even fucking Bernie, it has money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a white person with money. Like, this is just, it's not even, he's just a white person with money who recognizes his privilege. That's it.
That's true.
Literally the acknowledgement.
But we need to have someone like that in office, not someone like this. And it's like, I'm scared. Should we check in?
Go ahead, do check in.
Okay, I'm gonna check in. How do I flip the camera? Can I flip the camera? Okay, whatever. I'm
gonna cry.
I know, I'm scared. I'm like genuinely nervous. Okay, here we go.
I also think it's gonna probably take like a week before we really start getting the answers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna like really find out on like Friday or something like that, which sucks because I'm gonna be in fucking Oklahoma on Friday. And oh my god, okay, Biden has 244 electoral. Oh no. Then he has to, okay, it's really.
Oh god, are we gonna get into this electoral college now? That's a lot of red. I don't like that.
The vote outstanding is not enough to make up for what he needs. That doesn't give him over 261 electoral votes. Then all of a sudden we're talking about the state of Michigan, and the state of Georgia. Again, we don't think
Is
we're
Middle
gonna have
America
Georgia
is
is a couple more hours from now.
Couple
the
hours,
South,
they
the
say.
whole South, man. Look at the whole South.
Coming down to these 4 states right now. These 4 states right now. There are pathways here.
Oh my god, there's so much red.
The issue is also the electoral college, though.
So the pathway for Joe Biden.
I mean, the electoral college is scary.
We need to abolish the electoral college, and we need to put in ranked choice voting for the next election. That needs
Yeah,
to
I
be our
fully agree.
fucking
We also need to have good people, like,
That
on
is
the
highly
Supreme Court.
unlikely. Good people don't get involved in politics because they're so gross and messy.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the people that are commenting about Trump. And yeah, someone said Trump really brought out the racists. Yeah, like racism was always here. It's just like Trump allowed people to like come out and not be afraid of it.
Came back, but they were here always. Like
No, it was always here. Like America's always been this fucking racist. It's just like now I feel like people are starting to like open their eyes again and see like, oh wow, this is scary because they're not afraid anymore of like I feel like racist people were kind of hiding for a second, and now they're not afraid to hide anymore because they have someone in the office that's not afraid to hide that he's racist. Like he's come out. He's also said multiple times out loud that he is against gay marriage.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times he said, I am for traditional marriage. Yes, I'm against gay marriage.
I've been divorced 3 times and cheated on all my wives.
Ew, like what a fucking gross.
I believe a man should be cheating on a woman. Traditional, baby.
Yeah, I believe in like not respecting women and just like grabbing them by the pussy whenever I want. Like the fact that our president is someone who said that and there's literally a recording of it online.
A literal harasser.
Yeah.
Just looking at him, I know that if a child walked by him who had nice tits and like, you know what I'm saying? Like if there was a child that walked by him that looked like an adult, he would be like, oh wow, nice tits, little girl. Like I know that. He talks like that.
And the other scary thing is, do you know how tall he is?
Like that and think like that.
I know. Do you know how tall he is?
And all of them came in with their little battalion, with their little flags, like
with their what?
We got a champion that's not PC, that also wants to fuck bitches, that also is a racist. Like we love it. We love to see him. He's us.
Wait, you're so right. Like they that's why they were so excited when he came along. Do you know how tall Donald Trump is?
He must be like 5'4".
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I looked it up. He's like 6'2", which just makes it even scarier. He's really tall. And then if you look up Donald. Because like look at him.
Big dick.
I mean, I know he has like he's packing a Tic Tac. That's it. Mate, that's literally all that he gets.
To have all that self-hatred inside of him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually have a theory, and I bet you,
if it's anything larger, it's because he had like penis enlargement surgery or something like that.
I have a theory that a huge reason that racism exists and is perpetuated to this day is because of porn. Because in porn, men are taught that if they don't have big enough dicks, that they're useless, right? Even though there are a lot of y'all with big dicks that are very useless. But porn teaches them that they're less, and like I've seen there's scenarios, there's stuff like porn is so fucking racist, it's disgusting.
I know, porn is.
And so I have a firm belief that white men are pissed that Black men can steal their white wives. That's been the whole premises of racism since the beginning of time, is that white women prefer to fuck Black men. Or would prefer to fuck Black men because they have a better penis.
Oh yeah, so, I saw an interview the other day.
Racism.
Yeah, it was this interview of this girl. I don't remember what her name is. This is this white blonde girl, and she was interviewing Russell Brand, I think, and she was like, he was like, yeah, well, like, black guys have way bigger dicks. Like, I'm sure a black guy's dick is like way bigger than yours. And he was like, why do you say that? And she was like, well, I mean, have you ever fucked a black guy? And she's like, so, like, yeah, black guys' dicks are so big. I'm like, what the fuck are you, bitch? What are you?
What the
That is
fuck?
so.
What the
That's
fuck?
also really
Ew.
racist. Like, why is that like? That's
This is what I'm
so.
saying. It's all of
What?
these like subliminal programming messages. Like, how many of us had sex ed at school? Let me know. Raise your hand.
I know, like real sex ed. I don't even
0% of
remember.
us. 0% of us. If you went to a Catholic private school, you got 0% sex education except abstinence. If you went to a public school, you got 0% sex education except abstinence. Our
Really?
generation
Wait, do they
grew
not
up
teach it at Catholic
learning about
school?
sex through porn. Literally. All of us.
Wait, you're breaking up.
Oh no. Oh no. How about now? How about now? Is it better or no?
Oh
Better?
no. I lost you. What'd you say?
No. I just said that most of us did not get an actual sex education. We learned about sex through porn. And
Yeah, that's true.
I just really feel like that this concept of racism is super perpetuated by that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's why a lot of people feel
And
like
sexism, because all women are called when they're enjoying getting fucked are whores and sluts. They call, like, if the girl is enjoying the pleasure she's being given, the dude will literally be like, oh, you're such a good little whore, you're such a good little slut.
yeah, that's true, and
You know what
that's
I'm
also
saying?
from
So
like just
automatically that
watching
programs
porn when you're
boys'
younger.
brains to be like, oh, if she enjoys sex, she's a slut. But by the way, if the girl's not enjoying the sex, it's violation and rape.
Yeah. Well,
But that's
the other
what we're
thing that they teach, like, well, that porn kind of teaches young boys. If that's like, I mean, I just think it's crazy that like, because there's nothing wrong with porn. Like, I watch porn, everybody watches porn, but like, there's like a specific like audience that specific porn has to specific. It's just like it's weird because like 12-year-olds are watching these like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like really gruesome shit. And then then you have like erectile dysfunction because like you can only get hard. Like I'm talking about like boys specifically right now. Like maybe this happens for females too, I'm not sure, but where like you can't get hard unless if it's like this a violent insane thing. And like maybe that's fine. If you find somebody that like likes that too, that's cool, but like it's really intense. It's like, why don't we just have the little Playboy magazines for the 12-year-olds right now? Instead, it's like this like insane sexual aggression.
also
It's like
no
really
king shaming at
toxic.
all, because everyone to each their own 1000%. It's not even about that so much as it is like, again, these subliminal messages, this subliminal programming that gets us into these very intense silos of thought
Yeah,
that perpetuate stereotypes, right? Because
yeah,
all of these things are things that are just truths that are highlighted and exacerbated in porn. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's just one of the things that I feel like is influencing us majorly and influencing how angry some men are. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it goes back to societal stereotypes and standards, right? It always goes back to insecurity. Donald Trump is an insecure man.
Big time.
He
That's
is
like a
an
really good
insecure
word to
man. He
use.
knows he's a failure. He's been told his whole life he's a failure by his own father, which deeply damaged him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is a man who has never known love and who has never felt adequate. Which is the
By
point.
the way, do you know how fucking scary his parents are?
So scary.
In order to make a man like that, not even a man, I avoid calling him a man or a boy or anything because he doesn't deserve it. It's always something else. Right now it's literal demon from hell.
Literal demon.
Because he is a literal demon from hell.
No, I think for sure on a spiritual level there's some serious warfare going on right now, and every time I hear that man speak, I actually feel that. Like, I actually look at him and I'm like, There's somebody using your vessel, bro. Like, you
Oh, dude, yeah, it's
cannot be
scary.
original.
It's like there's no way
Someone
that you
said
like
we're
really
ruled like
think about
broken
this
people.
by yourself. Like you really think of all this shit. Oh shit! It's like he's a psychopath.
He is. I mean, he just is. He's quite literally a sociopath. Like, he's very disconnected from his effect and his influence. And he uses his power and influence to harm people.
Shit. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. I'm back.
We struck some chords in the men's.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. He's a psychopath. I'm like surprised that he hasn't killed anyone.
I mean, he doesn't. He's not even the type to. He's a pussy. There's no way he could kill somebody. He literally. Can you imagine that man in a fight? Like,
No.
for 1 second. The only thing that makes him powerful is that he has the nuke codes. Like, that's the only thing that makes that man intimidating. Like, if he had that not in his possession, like, if he
Then
was
he has
in a
the what?
regular
The
fight
nuke
with somebody who
codes?
could fight, like,
That he has the nuke codes? I don't even want to think about him having that. That's
he's
so
the only
scary.
one with the nuke codes. He's the
The only
only
one in
one who can make the decision about whether or not a nuke is used.
Are you
Let that
serious?
sink in. Yeah. I mean, let's be cool about this though. He hasn't used it yet, so cheers.
I mean, doesn't mean he won't.
It really doesn't mean he won't, but you know, I agree. And you know what? A lot of people are talking about Biden too. I don't fuck with Biden either.
Really?
I personally do not fuck with Biden either. I don't think.
But you still voted for Biden.
Of course, I voted
like,
for him.
yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like you don't need to fuck with Biden.
Times are way too dire right now. Because, like I say, I would rather push a centrist than a fascist. Like, I would rather hold a centrist accountable to being more progressive than to have to fight with someone who doesn't even accept truth.
I mean, it's just like the whole conversation with like Trump shouldn't even be a conversation because I just don't even understand how he's. It's just like really upsetting to me.
Settle for Biden 2020.
What'd you say?
Say settle for Biden 2020.
Yeah, please. Like, come on. Please, guys.
Yeah. It's just like he has every single aspect of dictator. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way that his supporters support him is very like blind fascism support. You know, it's like
because they don't
I don't
even
care
know
about
what they're supporting.
Man is my champion, period.
They don't even know what they're supporting. That's why it's like so creepy.
Or they're so far down a QAnon rabbit hole that they don't even know what reality is anymore. Like, they literally don't even know what reality is anymore. It's like, the thing is, I don't think anybody knows what reality is anymore. I think everybody's living in their own fucking little la la land of whatever it is that they believe.
It's just like, I'm scared. Like, I'm just scared. You know? I really don't know if he's gonna win. My sisters and my mother, they were like, there's no way that he's gonna win again. Like, he can't win again. I don't know.
The thing is that if he does win again, and this is the thing, is like, if you hear Trump or his supporters talking, they're like, if we don't win, it was rigged, right? If we don't
It was
win,
what?
it was rigged. They believe that he doesn't win, that it was fake news, it's not true, he won, right? So when you think about that, and that's what he thinks as well. He's already like publicly come out and before elections are even done and been like, I won, we're not counting mail-in ballots, and I'm going to fight at the Supreme Court about it. You know what I'm saying? So like, what we have to understand is that fascism, again, they're not going to relinquish power. They've never in history relinquished power. They have taken democracies or taken oligarchies and they have turned them into dictatorships. There's no smooth process about it. There's no democracy. There's no democratic process. This election is, to me, is like, yeah, let's try. You know, we still quote unquote have this at our disposal, the ones of us who are privileged. So let's try, right? I'm with that. But at the end of the day, if a fascist wins, we absolutely cannot blame ourselves for that. Because regardless
Yeah,
of
because
a
he's gonna
democratic
like, bitch,
process being
he
involved,
rigged the first
fascists
one.
don't give up their power through democratic process, ever in history, never. If he thinks that he's supposed to be the ruler, he will be the ruler. Also, we have people in government right now in the Democratic and the Republican side, right? Because Democrats are not exempt from the way that they have enabled this fucking administration, all right? They are enabling a fascist. They refuse to take action, like hardball action, because they're so worried about being centrist and not and getting reelected that they don't have the ovaries it takes, you know what I'm saying, to really do some shit that's going to rewire this trajectory that we're on.
Yeah.
They have failed to act multiple times in the face of what's happening right now, and it's truly alarming. And again, I talk from this like perspective that's a very pointed perspective. This is stuff that we're going to see very clearly over the next 4 years if this man is back in office.
Oh God, I'm
We're
fucking
gonna
praying.
And it's not even just gonna be 4 years, honey, okay? Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes back into office, this is a dictatorship.
That's what I'm scared. That's what I'm so scared of, because of, like, the passing of the torch is such an important part of this whole thing, and it's just not gonna happen that way. I can't believe that he's flat out said that as well. Like, that's just so shocking to me.
It's not shocking to me. He's a fascist. Like, it's really not. Like, I want to be like, oh my God, I can't believe it, but I believe it. I see it. I know it. I've been seeing it. I've been talking about it. Y'all know in the comments, you guys know, if you follow me and you're here right now at 4 o'clock in the fucking, why is it 4 o'clock in the morning? Oh my God.
Is it 4? Where are you?
4 a.m. I'm in Miami.
Oh my God.
But I can't even sleep. I'm so wired. I lit my candles. I got the prayer going, like heavy.
Yeah, and keep them going for a while, because they're going to be counting the votes, because they actually want it to be a fair election this time, because last time was fucking rigged. But instead, Trump is saying that this time it's rigged because they're counting votes, but they're just making sure they still have millions of votes to count. The fact, and those people that do that, like, that's insane. They're literally counting individually votes. It's crazy. I'm happy that they're actually doing it this time. I still don't really understand how it was, like, proven that it was rigged, that Trump being elected was rigged. How do you know that? You know? How do you find out about that? That's just insane to me. Anyway, I'm really nervous.
Yeah, I feel you. I share your energy.
And I don't know what's going to happen.
Me neither, to be honest. I'm really at that place where, like, I want to believe in hope.
Yeah.
But I also deeply feel like one of America's biggest problems is our inability to confront reality.
Yeah.
And to hold ourselves accountable to what's really happening and what really has happened in this country. I think that's the key problem in why we've gotten to this point, why we're even talking about all these different layers to why this is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's going to take some serious redirection, some serious realignment with self. Like, it's going to take people waking up to their true selves and to stop living in their fucking self-hatred bubbles, because that's the only thing that perpetuates these kinds of mentalities, is people who don't love themselves, who project that shit onto everyone else around them. That's what Trump is. He hates himself. And so he projects that feeling onto everything else around him. He doesn't love himself. You can tell. He looks in the mirror. You can tell just by the way he defends himself. Like, when someone says something about him that he doesn't think is flattering, about his personality, about his thoughts or views, he automatically just deflects and is like, that's fake news, or that's not true, or,
well, he's incapable of answering a question.
I'm the best at this. I'm actually the most knowledgeable about this. I'm actually whatever. This, like, hubris, this hyperbole that he speaks in, right, is to overcompensate for his lack of love for himself, for his insecurity.
Yeah.
Because he's like, damn, am I doing a bad job? Damn, am I a racist? Damn, am I?
Yeah, you
and
are.
then he's like, no,
all of the above.
I must project onto everything else what people think I am. That's what they are. And that's an issue that is across the globe, but especially in America, is this arrogance and this inability to confront the self, because there's so much shame around making mistakes in this country. Like, there's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? There's no in between. So when you make a mistake, or when you say something incorrect, or when you aren't as educated or woke as people want you to be, they will completely destroy you. They completely destroy you. They completely tear you down. They throw all the shame onto you. So that kind of deters people from wanting to even know the truth, because they're like, okay, well, I've been excommunicated from that community. I've been excommunicated from being able to grow. I've been excommunicated from being able to shed those narratives that were fed to me, that I was indoctrinated with, right? Because we were all indoctrinated. We were all brainwashed into these mentalities, right? But if we don't create space for people to reconcile with that, and to, without shame all over them, then we're going to continue to see people being completely dissonant, because it's like they don't actually believe what they're talking about, but there's no space for them to not believe it anymore.
Yeah. Those are all like perfect words to use for it too. I'm like, damn, bitch, where did you go to school?
I went to school. I'm a high school dropout. I dropped out in junior year of high school because I had to start working. I started working in the group. So like, I'm self-taught. Like I research, I read articles, I read books.
But that's good. And it also shows you that like,
and I'm malleable. I don't believe that anything I know as of now is the ultimate truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
we're
aware
always learning.
that I'm still learning. I'm 24 years old. I'm going to be learning for the rest of my life. So it's like every time that I'm presented with new information, with something that I didn't know before, I have the capacity to be like, wow, I was wrong about that. Let me restructure how I think about this, and let me research more. And when you have that mentality to life, like when you take life on with an open mind, you're able to grow. You're able to shed those layers of yourself that didn't align with your true self. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we were all indoctrinated with these false narratives. Like, it's not like we all chose to be evil off bat. Humans are not born inherently.
Oh God, I can't believe it. It's like no one is born with any of this stuff. It's like fully just,
this is all taught,
we're brainwashed from the get-go.
Into us, shamed into us, guilted into us, ridiculed, humiliated. I mean, how many of us who, when we were little, we got bullied, like hardcore bullied, because we were nice.
That's so true. I was called
people.
Coconut Girl when I was in 6th grade because I was nice to my teachers. I went to Laurel Hall for half of a year, and which is, I mean, I'm a little Jewish girl. I'm like a little Jewish, blonde hair, blue-eyed 6th grader, which is like the weirdest contradiction ever. And I'm also half German, so also weird. And then I was nice to all my teachers, and I became good friends with my...
Ancestrally.
What'd you say?
I said you got a lot ancestrally.
Oh, yeah, and that's not even half of it. And then I was nice to my Bible studies teacher, and everyone was super fucking mean to him. And I was nice to him, and me and him became friends, and he was like my only friend at the school, and everyone called me Coconut Girl and like be mean. And it's like, I could have either turned out to be a fucking school shooter if I let that get to my head, or I could have just been like, okay, these people are like insane. There has to be something like deeper and going on with them individually.
Yeah,
but it's like not everybody
even having that kind of mentality. That's because you had a strong home foundation, right? You have people at home who encourage you to be yourself.
But it's like,
or at least people around you that encourage you to be who you are.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they don't even have that when they go home, you know, or
Yeah, and it's
or
like
anywhere,
kids
or
that are
friends over,
gay and they
nothing.
go home and their parents are fucking homophobes and they don't know how to say, hey, I actually like girls, or hey, I actually like guys, or hey, I actually want to be a guy, you know, and then they have parents that are not accepting, and then they fucking, and then they're gone forever because it's just things aren't handled correctly here.
Yeah.
And yes,
There's
like
just
America,
no
that's not the
space.
only place where that happens, but it's a tragedy. There's so many tragedies. Do you have
And it all stems from a lack of self-love.
Yeah.
All of
Do
it.
you have one of these? Pocket Constitution?
Oh, no.
I have to send you one. It's from
Please send me a pocket Constitution.
It's from the ACLU. It's a pocket Constitution. These are
Let's go.
fucking
I
awesome.
love
I have
the
like a bunch of
ACLU.
these around my apartment. You need one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tune back in. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, but I don't know if I can do it on live. We should just
Go
hop on
ahead.
FaceTime.
Do what you gotta do, girl. I mean, I'm not even, bitch, if I don't smoke cigs, but like anybody who does, I am not going to
Like,
on you.
listen, I get it right now.
Like Cardi posted this video of herself smoking 3 cigs at a time. I was like, girl, that is my mood right now. Like, if
Yeah,
if
that's
that was
me.
what I was on,
That's
what I
literally
was on.
about
I
a
was smoking
BD.
joints to the face. You feel me? Like that's
I
where
don't smoke weed anymore. I used to smoke so much weed, but I don't smoke weed anymore. FaceTime me when you get off the live. When did you make
that shift? I need to make that shift.
I mean, I feel I like corner myself when I smoke weed now because I like get like super socially awkward.
I'm waiting for the day that happens to me. I'm such a fucking functional smoker, dude. Like,
really? I'm jealous. I used to be.
I'm hyper functional, bro. Like it feels like it doesn't even feel like I'm high. I just feel like myself. I don't know. That's probably not good.
I can't. That used to be me, but now I'm like, if I smoke weed in front of people, especially if I don't know people, then I'm like, just in the corner the whole time. I guess. It's so awkward. FaceTime me when you get off the live.
Huh?
FaceTime me when you get off the live.
Okay.
I'm gonna say bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I love
you.
Bye. Mwah.
Bye. All right. Guys, we love a good convo. We love a good convo. We went through a lot of topics there, honey. We went through a lot of topics. All right. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Jesus. Oh my God. Well, digest that. Go ahead and digest that. I think that's gonna be the one. I love that you don't, no evidence of the cig smoking. I love it. But do what you gotta do, people. I am not tripping over your vices today. Let me tell you. Do what you gotta do to feel okay. Truly. But my ass is gonna go to sleep because I deserve sleep now. Again, regardless of what happens, this man is a fascist. I'm gonna say it with my full chest for my whole life. I don't care. Hopefully they don't drag me out and put me in jail for it. That's the next step. They take away your freedom of speech. We'll see. Ooh, Nick Mello. Hey, Nick. Nick Mello and I went to school together since we were 3, and we haven't talked in a long time. Anyways, you can totally 100,000% disagree with everything I said. That's cool. But at least get in touch with yourself. If there's one thing you can take away from this live, no matter who you are or what you believe in, I want you to love yourself. And if you're not feeling like you really love yourself, like when I say that, when I'm like, hey, maybe love yourself. Maybe get to know yourself. Maybe research some stuff in books. Maybe read. Maybe meditate. Maybe do some yoga in the morning. Maybe start exercising. Maybe start drinking more water. And stop drinking soda. All of these things, they trap your third eye. And they don't let you see things for what they are. My third eye is clear, honey. Clear. Clear. Getting this crown chakra is clear. This throat chakra, you hear it clear. This heart chakra, clear. My solar plexus is on point now too. I'm working on my sacral and my root. So we're at. If you guys don't know about those, hop to it. Get your chakras aligned. Get your chakras together. Go online. Go into YouTube. They got chakra healing meditation music. That shit is bomb. That shit is amazing. I did this one on my throat chakra one time when I was feeling hella blocked and like I wasn't having constructive conversations with the people I loved in my life. And I was like, why is this so chaotic? And I was like, maybe my throat chakra's blocked. And bitch, I did a throat chakra healing meditation. Been communicating clearly ever since. And I maintain it. Again, do the chakras interfere with believing in God? That's a good question, babe. And no. God is transcendent of religion and dogma. So God is described differently in a bunch of different cultures. But God is universal. And your chakras will actually help you get clearing your chakras out and being more in tune with your energy centers in your body will actually bring you closer to God. Because then God can actually channel through you and move through you. Because God is an essence, God is an energy, right? So if you have blockages through all of your major energy channels in your body, God can't come in. And that's our issue, is that we're all out of motherfucking alignment. You know? America is out of whack, out of alignment. So many people are not living their truth. So many people are lying to themselves. So many people are lying to each other. So many of y'all are in relationships and you know you're cheating. So many of y'all say you believe in God and don't pray. Ever. Get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with yourself. America needs a good Reiki sesh. Yes. I don't know if there's any Reiki practitioners up in this live or watching this later. Send a little Reiki to Americans. Send a little Reiki to the third eyes, the heart chakras. That's all my prayers, all my candle lighting that I've been doing. My candle's burned out. And may God uplift their intention. May God uplift their intention. None of you guys have ever done candle work? Let me see. If the 3,562 of you that are here right now, go light a white candle. If you have a little white candle, like a tea light, you can do a candlestick, a votive, whatever you have. And say a little prayer of intention over it before you light it. Anoint it if you have any oils. Frankincense and myrrh help to amplify. Lavender for calm. Whatever kind of intention you want to put into the candle. But when you charge it, when you put the intention over it, you speak the intention over it before you light it, I want you to pray for people's hearts to open and people's minds to open in America or across the world, whatever you're feeling. And also pray for your own heart and your own mind to open. And let that bitch up. Like that bitch up. And let it burn until it's gone. Don't blow it out. Let it burn until it's gone. Put it in a safe place, obviously. Unattended flames are not encouraged. But light a fucking velita, y'all. If you can, how about we all get into a collective prayer mode right now? Sit together. Hold your hand out to me. We're touching hands. Take 3 deep breaths and call in spirit. Call in all your benevolent ancestors who guide and protect you and love you so much, who love this world so much and want to see it in its highest vibration. Call in all of your angels and light beings and guards and guides to be present with you as you ask for the raising of the vibration of America, of the United States of America and all of North America, all of South America, Central America, across the world, really. We ask that you raise the vibration and frequency of this planet. May the outcome of this election move us towards the path of progress. May we all move towards the light. May we shed away all of the false narratives and programming that keeps us in our lower vibrational states. May our hearts and our minds open, our crown chakras, our third eyes, our throat chakras, our heart chakras, our solar plexus chakra, our sacral chakra, our root, and all the celestial chakras that exist. May they open up. Open them up in me, Lord, and everyone that's listening to this message. Bring us peace. Inspire hope. Bring us light. Bring love into our hearts. Radiate through our entire beings, and may we continue to spread that, be that, and give that to ourselves and to one another as we journey through this next chapter of our lives together. Because we're all going through this together. Differently, but together. May we awaken the true spirit and essence of humanity, which is to love and be loved in accordance with your laws. And may we eradicate the hatred, the low vibrational self-hatred, the low vibrational rhetorics, all of the racism, misogyny, all of the isms that contribute to the pain and suffering of this planet. And we pray for Mama Gaia and her health. May she sustain us as we attempt to dismantle the things that are not allowing her to feel sustained. Amen. Ashe. And so it is. I'm sending you guys so much love. No matter what happens, We got this. You all know why you were born. So listen. That's the only thing you can do, is listen to yourself and your heart. And anybody telling you that what we're fighting for or what we believe in is wrong, just know we're on God's side. And God's on our side. I promise. Ooh, heavy, heavy energy, heavy, heavy energy. Light those candles. I'm going to post this right now so you can listen back to the prayer while you're doing the candle if you want, and repeat it with me, or just play it while you do it and just listen and connect with your heart. Do what you can. Okay? And don't blame yourself for all the shit that's out of our control, because there's a lot out of our control right now. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame each other if things don't go the way that we wanted them to. This is bigger than, we're part of something way bigger. Feel me? All right, I love you. And I hope you have a good night. Ew, I can't believe I just said that. Good luck with tonight. Do whatever you can. Do what you can. I love you. I love you. I love humanity. And we're going to prevail, bitch. We're going to prevail. We're going to prevail one way or another. One way or another. I have a song for every moment, every word, every single word. I don't know why on that L challenge that I've done, I blank, because all day long, okay, all day long, if a word comes out of my mouth and there's a song that has that word in it, I'm going to sing it. If a word comes out of someone else's mouth and there's a song associated with it, I'm going to sing it. I'm going to sing it. I'm going to literally bring up that song. All right. I'm ending on the comedic note. Peace and blessings.